Do you get that unsettling feeling that you should be doing something else with your career or business? Surely there must be something bigger, more fulfilling or more rewarding for you. Guess what? There probably is. Hi, I'm Angela from GrowthGarden. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can find your sweet spot or your ideal niche for a more fulfilling life. Here are some signs that you may not be in the right place. You feel stressed and overwhelmed, and you feel like you're not making the best use of your skills or talents. Is it really possible to thrive in a career or business that you enjoy, get well paid for it, and still have time for other fulfilling things in life? The answer is yes. And to find it, you have to start with your sweet spot. What is a sweet spot? If you've watched people playing tennis before, you know that if they hit the ball with a specific spot on the racket, it bounces back with a lot more power. That's even if they exert minimum effort. This is exactly what it's like to operate from your sweet spot in business, career, and life in general. You're working on something that taps on your inherent strengths and passions, so you feel less stressed and more energized. You will still experience setbacks and challenges, but you find it much easier to persist and to deliver value that people are willing to pay for. In fact, you may even have fun solving these problems. That's the beauty of operating from your sweet spot. Some people use the term ideal niche in business or a specialization in career, but a sweet spot is much more than that. Ready to find out what you should do with your life? The best way to understand and discover your sweet spot is to use this framework. This reading graphics diagram was adapted from Jim Collins' hedgehog concept. This was originally from the book Good to Great, where he explained how good companies made the leap to become great companies by focusing on the intersection of 3 circles. That way, they excelled in just one core area that led them to greatness. I wanted something that I could use for other aspects of my life besides business. So I adapted the framework slightly using other resources and books that I read. I combined ideas and tested them in my own life, and this has been my guiding star for the last 10 years. Let's look at how it works. Basically, you have 3 circles to think about. Passion, what you really love and care about, such as writing or environmental sustainability. Skills, what combination of skills can make you the best in an area? Everyone has skills. Here, we are looking for the unique blend of skills that makes you stand out. Value, how can you provide something of value that people will pay for? Here's a hint. You're looking for things that help to solve people's problems or help them to get what they need and want. Your sweet spot is where the 3 circles intersect. That's where you can offer people something valuable, deliver it really well, and enjoy doing it. So what does it really take to get there? Finding your sweet spot involves a process of self-discovery. So you won't find the answer overnight. But we can definitely start the process right now. For the rest of this video, we're going to do some brain-picking exercises where we look at each of the 3 circles to help you look inward and start getting some clues on what your sweet spot may be. There's no pressure to finish it all in one sitting. You can always save this video and come back to it anytime. I'll be listing down all the questions that we go through at the end of this video so you can refer back more easily. You can also explore some other videos where we zoom in more specifically on skills development, value creation, and discovering your passions. With that, let's dive right in. You might want to prepare some pen and paper or at least a digital notepad. Circle 1 is about what you're deeply passionate about. We're looking for real, deep felt passions that you're willing to spend time and effort on. Now, don't confuse distractions with passions. Some people get excited with every new shiny object that turns up, and they keep jumping from one thing to another. That's not pursuing your passion. On the left side of your paper or notebook, list down your answers to these questions. What are the things that you'll be willing to do, even if you aren't paid for it? You already do a lot of things, be it for work or leisure. So, we just need to take a closer look at what you already do and identify what excites you the most. Here are some additional questions to think about. Looking back at your childhood, what were some of the things that you really enjoyed the most? For example, were you dismantling your toys to study them, painting or creating something while other kids were out playing? What are the types of things or events that move you deeply? When you think of the future, what excites you the most? What are the things that you would do of your own accord, even though no one is asking you to do it? What are some thoughts or projects that keep reappearing in your life? Next, talk to 5 people who are the closest to you. Ask them what they think you are the most passionate about. Put those answers on the right side of the paper. Now for the moment of truth. We're going to match the left side and the right side of the paper to look for the common points. These are the areas that you want to focus on. After going through all of those questions and reflections, you should start to see some clear trends and patterns. The next step is to explore these passions further by actually doing the things that you love. Subscribe and explore other videos where we dive deeper into this area. Circle number 2, what you can be the best at. In this circle, we're not interested in looking at the skills that you must force yourself to learn just to do something. It's for understanding your unique blend of skills, talents, and experiences that can help you to become the best at something that others can only dream of. That's when you truly stand out from the crowd. On another sheet of paper, answer these questions. What are the things or the areas where you often receive the most praises or even raving compliments? What are the things that you do effortlessly that others find really difficult? What are the tasks or activities that really energize you and make you feel alive? Here's a personal example. I recall that during my university days, I once submitted an essay that compared Korean and Japanese organizational culture. I got an A++, with my prof coming back to ask, "How did you do that? It was wow." And I was just scratching my head and thinking, well, I just did it. Before that, I had a distinction in my literature special paper in junior college, and in my first job in aviation, I actually enjoyed writing policy papers and strategy papers about how to make Changi a better air hub, something that many of my colleagues would stay far away from. So, after connecting the dots, I realized that I have a combination of skills in critical thinking, writing, and integration. This allowed me to perform those skills really well at a fraction of the time and effort that other people would have taken. More importantly, I really enjoyed the process of learning and creating. So, I combined all of those skills and created the first prototypes at Reading Graphics, which now offers visual summaries of personal and business development books. Then, I used my management leadership skills from my corporate days to gradually build a team. For me, it was a natural way to combine my skills. But after 10 years in business, Reading Graphics is still the only company in the world capable of distilling complex non-fiction books into insightful infographics. So, what are the classes of skills that help you to do what you do best? In the book, Go Put Your Strengths to Work, Buckingham shares a different perspective on strengths. He mentions 4 signs to look for in your daily activities: success, instinct, growth, and needs. You succeed and excel in this activity and can reach near perfect results with practice. You are instinctively drawn to the activity without being told to do so. You learn faster and tend to be the most creative and focused when you're doing this activity. And when you're done with it, you feel so satisfied that you can't wait to do it all over again. If you want to dive deeper into your strengths and weaknesses, do check out the free book summary link in the description below. Take a few minutes to review your answers to the earlier questions that you jotted down. Start listing down all your skills and strengths. Then think of the combination of skills that led you to deliver wow results in the past. You should start to see some clues emerging by now. Circle number 3, what people will be willing to pay you for. Circles 1 and 2 help you to get really good at something that you truly love. This alone can bring you great joy and fulfillment in life and give you a sense of meaning and purpose. Adding this third circle turns a hobby into a successful career path or a viable business idea. The key is to provide something of value that people will pay for. In a job setting, an employer will be willing to pay you a higher salary if you can solve a big problem or a huge need in the company. That's why top salespeople earn such good money, because every company needs revenue. If you're an employee, consider questions like, which initiatives or projects are the most valued by your company? Which of your skills have contributed the most to your professional development and growth? If you run a business, customers will only buy your products or services if it solves their problem or helps them to achieve what they want. A couple of good questions include, which are the best clients to focus on? Which innovations can yield the biggest long-term impact? The idea is to direct your skills and passions to the areas with the biggest financial impact. Here are a couple of real-world examples to see what this means in practice. Satya Nadella of Microsoft. Even in his younger days, Nadella was extremely passionate about technology and its potential to change the world. His skills lie in strategic thinking, leadership, and a firm grasp of technology trends. He used his passion for technology, strategic insights, and leadership skills to revitalize Microsoft over the last 10 years, leading to innovation in cloud computing and enterprise services, and a major transformation of the company's culture to one of a growth mindset. How about J.K. Rowling, who's famous for the Harry Potter series? Rowling always wanted to be an author. She wrote her first book about rabbit when she was just 6 years old, and she's been immersed in different forms of writing since then. She especially loves fantasy stories for children. She's strong in imaginative world building, character development, and complex narratives. Although she had a clear vision for the Harry Potter series, it still took her 5 years to write the first book, during which she lost her mother, went through a broken marriage, and her manuscript was rejected by multiple publishers. Without passion and perseverance, she would not have pulled through. Her books were so popular because they gave readers like us the chance to escape into a world of fantasy and adventure. Yes, I'm a Harry Potter fan too. By combining your passion and skills with something that people need or want, you can create something of real value that people are willing to pay for. Now, it's possible that your existing skills aren't directly marketable or valuable to people right now, but you can always repurpose your skills or even combine a few of them to create your own special niche. For example, it might not be commercially viable to sell homegrown vegetables from your own garden. But how about creating a home gardening toolkit complete with seed and seedlings or an online course to help more people to grow vegetables in their own gardens? To explore opportunities, talk to people who are experienced in the areas that you are interested in. Do some online research and experiment with side projects or volunteer work. The more you understand about market trends and challenges, the easier it is to identify opportunities and gaps that you can fill. Ultimately, you are paid for creating value, but to do that, you must have the right skills. And to cultivate those skills consistently, you need passion to keep you going, which is why it's so important to find your sweet spot, which is where your passion, skills, and value converge. Your sweet spot might also change or expand over time, like if you discover new passions, discover new skills, or discover new markets that excite you. So treat it as an iterative process of rediscovering yourself and what you want to do with your life. Here's a quick recap of the questions that you can use for your own reflections. You can review them anytime or share this video with 5 people who are closest to you and ask them to give their honest feedback about what they notice in you. There might be just some things that they see that you don't. And if you know of anyone already living in their sweet spot, do drop their names in the comments below. I'd really love to hear about their journeys and maybe even to share about them in my future videos. If you found this video useful, then I also talked about 10 principles in another video that can help you to navigate life's challenges and find your authentic path to success. See you there!